Okay, so we're going to be starting our next poem, and I noticed that I took 15 minutes the last time I did this, so I'm going to try to be faster. So we know that part of our reading strategies is that we need to put our price. P is for preview, R is for read, I is for identify, and C is for choose wisely with our evidence. So the first thing I'm going to do is just read through the poem all the way through, and then I'm going to read it again, and I'm going to write some main idea notes. Now I can already tell part of my preview is I'm going to look at the title, Amazing Face. Now when I think of amazing face, I think of someone who is maybe smart. Maybe the poet is talking about a friend. Maybe they are describing a loved one. So I kind of think the mood of the poem is going to be sweet, right? And with poetry, with Amazing Face, I know this is going to be a fiction. I don't know whether it's going to be rhythm or rhyme. I'm going to go ahead and read that. I am going to go ahead and number my lines as part of my preview. This will help me come back and answer any kind of test questions that I may be presented with. Okay, and I noticed that it's literally one stanza. So there's 23 lines, and there's one stanza. And remember, a stanza is like a paragraph. Okay, so I've previewed, so now I'm going to get ready to read. Amazing, your face. Amazing. It shows there will be trails to follow, porches to wave from, wonder from, play on. It shows you will sail ships, paint stars, carve pumpkins, hours, years. You will climb stalks, greet giants, crawl before you walk, and you will fly, and you will fail. Excuse me, that does not fail, and you will fall. But that kind of makes me think of fail, because she says, and you will fly, and you will fall, and you will fly again. Amazing, your face. It shows you will watch from a window, whisper to a friend, ride a carousel, melt candy on your tongue. Amazing, your face. Amazing. So I do notice that there is repetition. She begins the poem the same way that she ends the poem. So when I read this, I know that the author is really trying to bring your attention to how much she loves this person. So I think this is definitely a sweet poem. And it sounds like a parent talking because there's a lot of actions going in. So let me take, let's see, there's 23. I'm going to take 6, 12, 18, 23. I'm going to make some main idea notes here. So I've read it, now I'm going to identify some main idea notes. Amazing, your face. Amazing. It shows there will be trails to follow, porches to wave from, wonder from, play on. It shows you will sail ships. So to me, she's talking about how it's almost like she's talking to someone. So maybe she's talking to a child. I'm going to put a question mark. These are like activities to be had, right? That's going to happen. Paint stars, carve pumpkins, hours, years. You will climb stalks, greet giants. Things that will happen to the person who she's talking to. I almost feel like, again, like this is a parent talking to a child. Crawl before you walk, and you will fly, and you will fall, and you will fly again. Now, just reading this first, I tend to think this is like life comes with failures, right? But don't worry, because you're going to fly again. You've got to keep going. You've got to keep trying, right? It shows you a watch from a window, whisper to a friend. I don't know why, but I just want to draw like a stick figure friend here. Ride a carousel, melt candy on your tongue, have fun in life. And again, these are just my notes. Whether they're right or they're wrong, they're just your notes. And you can do this while you're reading. This is what a reader does, is they think while they're reading. Amazing your face. Amazing. I think to me it's just a parent telling a child, hey, things are going to happen. You're going to have fun. You're going to fall down, but you're going to get back up again. You're going to sometimes be, a spectator watching. You're going to have friends. You're going to have fun. And it's almost like she's putting her hands on her child's face when she says that. So I've identified. Now I'm going to choose my answers with my evidence. Okay? So let's look at, I'm going to leave this out because I definitely want to be able to come back to that. So it says, read the poem Amazing Face in your packet and follow along with the video in Google Classroom. So we're doing that. Read these lines from the poem. And you will fly, and you will fall, and you will fly again. The repetition, which means it repeats, and these lines emphasizes the idea that what? Now we've already talked about in my class how emphasize means to show. Okay? Or maybe you've learned that emphasize means to highlight. Either one. So the poet is repeating in these lines, just these lines, to show you the idea that it is impossible to fly, but you should keep trying. And based on my notes, that's kind of what I thought. Life comes with failures, but you have to get back up again. So I'm going to put a maybe next to that. In life, there will be successes and failures. Wow. When you fly, that could be a success. If you fall, that could be a failure. And looking back at A, it is impossible to fly, but you should keep trying. Impossible to fly? Is it impossible to fly? You know what? I'm going to change my mind on that. I don't think it's A. In life, there will be successes and failures. Fly meaning success, and fall meaning a failure. Okay, so I'm definitely going to put a maybe on that. Some things are too hard to do, so you shouldn't try. Okay, well, I've always said no one should tell you what you should or should not be doing, so I'm definitely going to mark that one out. Some people can be tricked into thinking they can fly. And I don't know about you, but I don't think anybody's being tricked. So to me, that word just takes that out. So I believe the answer is B. And you will fly, and you will fall. Success and failures. And these two words are kind of what helps me pick out the answer for that. Okay, let me see if I can buzz in here so you can see a little bit better. Is it better? Okay, so let's look at number 2. The poem is mostly about a speaker who, okay, with mostly about, we know this is what? Main idea. Okay? A speaker. So now we're thinking about what does the speaker, right, the author, the poet, this poem is mostly about what? It's about a speaker who, a poet who is in awe of her child's potential. When I look at the word awe, that means that she is in wonder. Awe to me means like wonder. She is just amazed at her child's potential. Now, potential is something that you could be good at. Okay? And we always tell you guys that you always have potential. Something you could be good at. And everybody has potential. So, do I believe this poem is mostly about a speaker who is in wonder of her child's potential, something that she could be good at? And remember, all of those things, you'd be able to sail ships, paint stars, carve pumpkins, hours, years, climb, greet giants, and then how she starts with amazing your face, amazing, and how she ends with that as well. Just like she's in awe. So I'm going to put a maybe next to that one. The poem is mostly about a speaker who wishes to travel the world. I'm not getting the idea that she wants to travel the world. It does say fly and fall, but I don't get the idea that she's going to be traveling the world. The poem is mostly about a speaker who thinks faces are beautiful. She does think that her person she's talking to is beautiful, but not faces. That's more than one. So I'm going to mark that one out. And if you look at the title, it is not more than one. It's singular. Amazing Face. And the title always gives the reader the main idea. So we know that one's not right. Let's look at D. The poem is mostly about a speaker who hopes to fly someday. I don't get the idea that the speaker hopes to fly someday. So I'm going to X that one out. So I believe the answer is awe. The poem is mostly about a speaker who is in awe of her child's potential. And last but not least, let's look at the final one. This is an inference, remember? This takes what you know already with what you've read. Why does the poem begin and end with the same line? Well, kind of already talked a little bit about that, how she began amazing face, amazing, and then she ended it the same way. So let's look at our choices here. A, to highlight the changes in a person's face. Highlight, again, that could be emphasize, that could be show. Does she, with those three things, let's go back. Amazing your face, amazing. Amazing your face, amazing. That's all for this question, okay? Do we believe she repeated those lines, beginning and the end, to show the changes in a person's face? I don't think so. To show the challenges in a person's life? Well, amazing face, amazing. She did talk about the challenges that her child could face through life, right? But is that why she began to emphasize the beginning and the end? So I'm going to put a maybe by that. To emphasize, which means, remember, to show the speaker's feelings about her child. Okay, I'm definitely leaning on this one because, again, we're just looking at how she began. Amazing your face, amazing. She's talking about how she feels about that person. So that's definitely a maybe. To describe all the details of growing older. Don't think she's describing that the details of growing older, and that would be the reason why she would repeat amazing face, amazing. And so you notice I can always narrow it down to two. So I have to reread both of my maybes. To show the challenges in a person's life or to emphasize the speaker's feelings about her child. And I do believe that it's C, because whenever you repeat something, you're wanting to show or highlight something that's important to you. The author never does anything by accident. Everything is always on purpose. So if they repeat something, that means it's very important to them, their feelings about their child. And you're done with Amazing Face.